Good morning, Mr. President. Thank you for joining us today to discuss your stance on LGBTQ+ rights.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Let's dive right in. During your time as president, you were known for rolling back protections for LGBTQ+ individuals. Can you explain why you took those actions?
Well, first of all, I know there's been a lot of talk about my stance on LGBTQ+ rights. And I want to set the record straight. I have always been a strong supporter of the LGBTQ+ community. But as president, my responsibility was to ensure that laws and policies were in place to protect all Americans, not just a certain group. I believe that we need to strike a balance between protecting the rights of the LGBTQ+ community and ensuring that religious freedoms are not infringed upon.
Can you give us an example of a policy that you put in place that you believe strikes that balance?
Absolutely. One of the first things I did as president was to sign the First Amendment Defense Act, which protects individuals and businesses from being forced to take actions that violate their sincerely held religious beliefs. This includes not being forced to participate in or provide services for same-sex weddings. This does not take away any rights from the LGBTQ+ community. It simply ensures that all Americans have the freedom to live according to their beliefs.
Some people would argue that this policy is discriminatory against the LGBTQ+ community. What is your response to that?
I would say that those people are misinformed. The First Amendment Defense Act simply protects people's religious freedom. It does not allow anyone to discriminate against anyone else based on their sexual orientation or gender identity. In fact, I made it clear that discrimination against anyone is not acceptable and will not be tolerated.
Some people have criticized your administration's decision to ban transgender individuals from serving in the military. What was the reasoning behind that decision?
Our decision was based on what we believed was best for the military. It was not a decision made out of discrimination against transgender individuals. The military is a unique institution that requires individuals who can meet certain physical and mental standards. We believe that allowing individuals who suffer from gender dysphoria to serve could negatively impact the readiness and effectiveness of our military.
Some people would argue that transgender individuals are just as capable of serving in the military as anyone else. What is your response to that?
I believe that anyone who is capable of meeting the standards required to serve in the military should be allowed to serve. However, as I stated earlier, we believe that individuals who suffer from gender dysphoria could negatively impact the readiness and effectiveness of our military. That decision was made with the best interest of our military in mind.
Moving forward, what do you believe is the best way to protect the rights of the LGBTQ+ community while also protecting religious freedoms?
I believe that we need to have an open and honest dialogue about this issue. We need to find a way to protect the rights of the LGBTQ+ community without infringing on the religious freedoms of others. I believe that it is possible to strike a balance, but it will require compromise from all sides.
Thank you for your time, Mr. President. Is there anything else you would like to say on this topic?
Yes, I would just like to reiterate that I believe in the sanctity of marriage between a man and a woman. That is my personal belief, and it will not change. Also, I am a strong supporter of the LGBTQ+ community. I believe that everyone deserves to be treated with respect and dignity, regardless of their sexual orientation or gender identity. My decisions as president were based on what I believed was best for all.
While ex-President Donald Trump's stance on LGBTQ+ rights may be controversial, his message of respect and equality for all is an important one that should not be forgotten. It is up to us as a society to continue to work towards creating a world where everyone is treated with dignity and respect, regardless of their sexual orientation or gender identity.